Good morning and welcome to your daily morning horoscope for Thursday, April 10th, 2025. Aries. Career matters might prove frustrating today and you're aiming for a specific goal of some kind that you're anxious to reach. It seems to hit one setback after another. Hang in there, persevere and keep pushing. Whatever it is you're trying to attain, you will get there. It's just going to require considerably more time and effort than you originally thought, so please keep pushing. Taurus. A new field of interest may require much of your concentration for the next several days. You could be studying a new spiritual discipline or perhaps an intellectual problem such as the workings of the universe. Your mind is especially sharp right now, so this is a good time to begin a new course of study. Take occasional breaks to avoid a sore back or eye strain. Gemini, are you interested in psychology? If so, you might discover some information that clues you into your mental and emotional history. Such disciplines as past life regression or rebirthing could be especially appealing. What you learn today could enable you to understand yourself better and release remnants of past traumas. The future will fill the gap with new, wonderful things. Cancer. Your circle of friends is probably changing, perhaps too rapidly for your taste. Some friends may be moving away or different interests have caused you to form new friendships. Your life seems to be going well right now, but you may miss your old friends and go through temporary fits of nostalgia. Focus on the future and please move ahead. Leo, although things may be going well for you at work, it's probably taking a physical and emotional toll on you. You may suffer from mild stress-related conditions like headaches. It might be time for a vacation, even if you're unable to get away in the near future. Just thinking about planning a trip can help. Plan to go to a place where you know you will feel relaxed and have some fun. Virgo, are you working on something that requires in-depth research? If so, this is the day to dig in. Your mind and eyes are especially sharp right now and you're likely to catch details that you might miss under normal circumstances. Whatever you're doing, you will probably find it fascinating, like putting together pieces of a puzzle. If you don't take occasional breaks, you will risk the possibility of eye strain. Libra. Today you might feel caught between the determination to reach a certain goal, probably financial, and the desire to stay home and work on your own projects. Take care of your family or both. You're clever and resourceful enough to have it both ways. Friends who know the ins and outs might be able to help you along these lines. Think carefully. You may be surprised by what you learn. Scorpio. A social event could put you in contact with people who love to gossip. They might have some juicy tidbits to report and you could be torn between curiosity and compassion for the person being discussed. If what you hear is good, relax and enjoy it. If it's vicious, don't be afraid to speak up. Someone has to express displeasure at the spreading of unkind rumors. Sagittarius. Over the past few months, you have thrown yourself into your work, accomplishing feats that ordinary people would never even try. Today, you should give your brain a day off. Don't worry, your successes haven't gone unnoticed by the higher-ups and you can expect to reap the rewards that come with hard work. For now, you need to do something light and entertaining to recharge those batteries. Capricorn. For the past few days, your mind has been primarily on the loftier side of romance, emotional support, a spiritual bond, the highest kind of love. Today, your mind is likely to be on nothing more exalted than physical passion. You can expect to be obsessed with sex all day. Schedule some quality time with a lover. If you can't, you might have to make a romantic video. Aquarius. A discussion could take place in your home between you, friends, and the household members. A love partner may also be present. The conversation will concern controversial issues that people feel very strongly about, so expect to hear intense debates between opposing views. Your guest will take more of an intellectual than argumentative stance, so you can relax and learn from their talks. Pisces. There could be a meeting in your community regarding some extensive changes in the not-too-distant future. The meeting could bring facts to your attention that you should be aware of. The changes are likely to be positive in the end, but now they could be disruptive for all. Listen carefully to what everyone says, think about it, and then determine your position. This has been your daily morning horoscope for Thursday, April 10th, 2025. Do have yourself a pleasant and great day.
Wonderful. Hey guys, what's going on? It's a beautiful Thursday, man. The sun has been sunning these days, but you know what? That's the time for it. I normally call it the kite flying season. Don't know what season it is in the calendar year, but I refer to it as the kite flying season. We're getting into the Easter, and of course, the weather represents just that. Let's see what our news department has.
Good morning. Soufrière Francais Jacques MP Emma Hippolyte has declared her readiness for the next general election, pointing to what she describes as visible, impactful progress in her constituency.
Up to now, the people of Colobet, the hotels there, the restaurants there, do not have access to potable water. That is a critical project, and I am on my knees there negotiating for the gold pen to cause that project.
Speaking at the SLP's town hall in Soufrière on Tuesday night, Hippolyte highlighted key development projects and expressed confidence that her track record will earn the support of voters. Now, Prime Minister Philippe J. is standing firmly behind his administration's performance in the health sector, touting key initiatives and expanded services during a St. Lucia Labour Party town hall meeting in Soufrière.
They left the OKU hospital with millions of dollars of debt. Millions of dollars of debt. Millions. Last week, we paid $25 million of debt for the OKU hospital.
Responding to opposition criticism, Pierre highlighted efforts such as the Golden 80 program and universal health coverage, asserting that his government is delivering tangible improvements to healthcare across the island. The St. Lucia Athletics Association on Wednesday officially unveiled the national team selected to represent the island at the 2025 Carifta Games in Trinidad and Tobago.
Our selection process was grounded in fairness, transparency, and performance. Athletes, every one of you, deserve their place on this team through their achievements at qualifying events, such as our National Junior Track and Field Championship, which was the Carifta Trials, and the Ministry of Youth Development and Sports Island Champs.
The 22-member squad, comprising athletes based both locally and abroad, is set to compete from April 19th to the 21st, proudly flying the St. Lucian flag on the regional stage. Minister for Education Sean Edward has expressed satisfaction with the pace and the quality of work exhibited in ongoing school rehabilitation and construction projects at 5 institutions across the island.
In terms of getting all of the tenders and all of the awards and so on sorted out, it all happened coming more towards the Christmas period. When we came to 2025, we really had a good bounce and things moved on very, very quickly. And at this point, all of the projects are out of the foundation. Some have, well, almost all of them are on the first floor already. With the exception of the Entrepot Secondary School, which is a much bigger project. It's 3 levels. It's not feasible to be finished this year. But the other 3 schools, which is the Grand Riviere Secondary, Plainview, and Perot, all 3 of those schools is expected to finish sometime in the month of November.
The changes are expected to improve resilience while ensuring classrooms are accessible to all students. That's your news summary. Thanks for watching. Good morning.
Wonderful. Thank you, guys. Let's take a short break and come right back. Wonderful. Well, we do have, in case you're trying to get, to the next stage of your life, you're trying to get life to the next stage, planning to have kids, but you've been having some difficulty in that department. There could be a number of things that could be affecting you in that area. And thankfully, there are persons on the island. There is an institution on the island who is directly associated with helping you to resolve that issue. Now, a few people are about to get really scared, because I'm looking at a natural fertility card here, and I'm sitting with the director of a natural fertility center, St. Lucia, and also the weight management center, St. Lucia. Charlotte, how are you?
I'm lovely today, thank you. How are you doing?
I am doing very well. Now let's put their fears at ease. Well, they know it's not weight loss. So they're probably thinking I'm trying to go that route, yeah? But I've done my part there. But in case you're out there, not now. Not unfortunately, not now. But I've done my part. I've got 3 kids. So I'm grateful and honored for that. But we can't ignore the fact that there are persons who are out there trying very hard, and it can get very stressful because they just, having a child, you're giving birth to another human being, you've married and you want to have that, extension to your family, and it's not happening.
It seems like the next step in life, and sometimes it doesn't always go as it should do or as planned. So that's why we have our fertility clinic in St. Lucia to help those that are trying to get pregnant, persons that have hormone imbalance like PCOS, fibroids, endometriosis, any couples that are having issues trying to conceive, especially if it's past 1 year and they haven't been successful, they should definitely come in and get checked and do our fertility checks and ovulation screening and semen analysis.
Right, because that was about to ask you, how do you know it is something that has, that you can actually help with? Because some of them is just, you're not able to, but you have to do certain checks to ensure that what you're working with is workable.
Yep, so we bring in the couple and we do a comprehensive consultation. So we look at the woman's side, do their progesterone levels, are they high enough? Are they ovulating? Do they have blocked tubes? There's several diagnostic tests that can be done to check if your tubes are blocked, such as a HSG or a saline sonography as well. And we check on the men's side, we do the semen analysis. So this is done in a lab and we check the sperm count, the sperm motility, how the sperm swimming, the morphology, do they have 2 heads or 3 tails? Are they the right type of sperm to fertilize an egg? So there's several checks that have to be done in the first instance, and once we've done that, we know how to treat the certain conditions.
Wow.
Yeah.
Now, I've got a lot of questions. We got to try to concentrate them. But, how long does it take for one to know between the time that they come in for the consultation and you get those, you do your due diligence, how long does it take for you to know what you're working with?
Yep, so it really depends on the individual. We can't give an exact amount of time that it would take to find out what exactly is wrong and how we're going to treat it. For example, it could also depend on someone's weight. If they're overweight, we'd at least need to get them within the right weight range and able to give fertility drugs, for example, if they're not ovulating. It could also be on the men's side. Maybe they would need to have some surgical procedures to redirect the sperm, for example, if they have varicocele or retrograde ejaculation. So it all depends on really the individual, the couple. It can be infertility on the men's side, on the women's side, or sometimes it's a case of joint infertility. So we're working with both persons in their relationship.
You mentioned weight, so I was wondering the connection between the weight loss and the fertility. They go hand in hand?
They do. So I've been doing the fertility clinic here in St. Lucia for the last 10 years. And within the first 5 years, people were seeing my results for the weight loss. But sometimes people don't always want to get pregnant. They just want to lose the weight. So that's when we opened the Weight Management Centre 5 years ago. So we specialise in those with diabetes type 2, hypertensive patients, and those with thyroid issues as well to help them lose weight.
Wonderful. Yeah. Now I'm going to put you on the spot a little bit, but I'm sure you've got that covered. You spoke about, your track record since you've been operating here. What has been your track record in terms of results, positive results?
So our success rate so far is around 85%. Again, that depends on your age factor and weight and so on, but we generally have high success rates here.
Wonderful.
Yes.
Now, the persons out there who's thinking about whether or not they should make the trip here, so somebody might not even be aware that they need to come see you. What are some of the signs that may not be things that we are aware of that we could probably start thinking, okay, maybe I should take that trip?
Yep, so what to look out for example, if you have irregular cycles, you're not seeing your period every month, you may be being diagnosed with something such as PCOS, which is polycystic ovarian disease. These are cysts on your ovaries, and they can cause hormone imbalance and especially infertility. About 80% of persons with PCOS who first walk through my door, they're not ovulating. So it wouldn't matter how many times you have intercourse in a month. If you're not ovulating, you will not get pregnant. So that's very common with persons that have PCOS. So if you notice your cycle's irregular, if you notice you start to get some male facial hair patterns and facial hair underneath your chin, you may have more higher testosterone levels, which again is hormone imbalance. So you need to get checked for this and balance your hormones. It could be that maybe you've been trying for more than 2 years and nothing's happened. You don't have any obvious symptoms, but it could be because of tubal blockage, which in some instances can be caused from having an STD, in particular chlamydia. Chlamydia has generally no signs and symptoms, so you can have it and not even know. And if you leave it for a long period of time and you don't take antibiotics, it can actually cause blockages in your tubes. So there are certain factors that need to be checked, especially if it's a case of unexplained infertility. You can't really see a physical reason as to why you're not getting pregnant, then it's always best to come in and get checked.
Wonderful. And we do so where again? Just throughout the where can we find you, the numbers, how can we reach you?
Okay, so we're in St. Lucia, we have 3 clinics, Rodney Bay, Soufrière and Vieux-Fort. Our contact number is 714-5006. I repeat that again, 714-5006. We're also on Facebook, Natural Fertility Clinic, and on Instagram as well, NFCS_758.
Wonderful. Thank you so very much. And thank you for your service here.
No problem. I enjoy doing what I do.
Right. Well, we often hear the conversation, a lot of the times we hear the conversation about women enter into the field of politics and, some of the issues surrounding why it is that a lot of women shy away from that, from heading into that career field or that place of serving. And one such woman who has entered, who has been there for some time, is that of Honorable Emmeline Pear. She is actually now the leader of the opposition NNP party in Grenada. And if they are to win the next election, she would be the first female prime minister of Grenada. And she shed some light as to why it is that she believes that a lot of women shy away from taking up these roles where they can make very vital contribution. Well, we fast forwarded right into who you are today, because a woman in the world of politics, what is normally known to be a male-dominated field. It's normally not the very easiest road to travail, especially in these spots. So, you know what, your entry into politics and now as the leader of the opposition, we want to know the real deal. What is it like for you as a woman championing this road?
So let me first say, one of the disappointments I have as a woman in politics is that I've come across a number of women who don't mind politics, who don't mind getting involved in politics, but they swear to you they never will. And that grieves me, because these are women who I know can make a difference, they can make a contribution, but because of the political environment, because of what people say, what people do, and how people react to politicians, unfortunately, they never will come into that space. And I believe our countries, regionally, we are losing out because sometimes of the level of our politics. So I remember once looking at a live interview where another woman was on, and I couldn't believe it, the things that people were referring to. Her nose, the things that really absolutely did not matter, right? And unfortunately, not every woman can deal with this. So I remember one political party just dropping a hint that a particular person was going to be a possible candidate in an election a couple cycles ago. And the moment it became public, the things that was said about that woman, it was so unfortunate. Within an hour of the news breaking, she announced that she would not be going forward.
Wow.
So I'm saying that to say that there are good people, really good people, who choose not to make a contribution to change, to effect change in their communities and their country, because they are not prepared to go through some of the things that politicians go through. And of course, women might be more affected by those things than men. Men might not even listen, and the things men get away with,
Yeah.
quite obviously. I was in St. Lucia some time ago, and I was listening, to a particular conversation about some comments that were made about a particular woman going up. And it's unfortunate. It's unfortunate sometimes the levels that we go. And if only we can elevate. I mean, for persons like myself, I've been doing this like 21 years. So I normally make the joke and say my back is like callaloo leaf right now. So what you say just rolls off. It does not go on.
Right.
You know, so, but of course, it didn't start that way. In the first couple of years, it mattered what people say. It affected me what people say. But how many people are prepared to stick to it, to go through it? And the reason I always say I am still here 21 years is because I understand the why. Why am I doing this? I'm not doing this because I just love to be in the spotlight. As a matter of fact, you try doing a photo shoot with me. You're gonna because in front of the camera, I mean, I do it naturally because over the years, you just understand you have to. But it's not something like you're so thrilled about and you're so excited. Oh, I'm going on TV today. No, you do this because you really well, I do it because I really genuinely care about people. And when I see people grow, when I see people thrive, when I see people get an opportunity, for me, that's my excitement. It's not a travel. It's not a photo shoot. It's not a camera or the microphone that comes in front of you. So if ever there's a day where you probably feel discouraged, I go back to my why. Evelyn, why are you doing this? How could you allow something someone say to discourage you when your why is so much bigger? So my why is what keeps me going. And I'll tell you the other thing about this, because I would imagine for any woman, even thinking of getting into politics, the first or the second thought, so you first think you want to get involved, and then the second thought would be, oh my God, these things they're going to say about me.
Yeah.
And many women, that's where it stops. They don't go beyond that. The other thing for me is I'm very protective of my mental space. Very protective. So a lot of times the thing that people say, I never heard and I don't want to hear.
Now I have one word for you guys. Glory 25. I know. Nella is looking at me like, listen, man, I'm trending with my PM right now. One word. Glory 25. All right? Any information else you need, here it is. Revival is a good thing. You understand? There's so much negatives all around us now. Any opportunity for some positive energy is absolutely welcome. We are talking Glory 25. I'm surrounded by two amazing talents, two gospel singers. Well, I think Kingdom Night turn up. My interview right now turn up louder. Absolutely. We've got Mr. Reeves here.
Yes, so good to be here. I'm excited to be here in St. Lucia. Stephen Reeves. And I'm so excited to be here in St. Lucia. This is going to be my first performance here, and I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be awesome.
Tell me about yourself a little bit, though.
Yeah, so I'm Jamaican by birth, but
You take a stage. But this gentleman right here, Dwayne Brown, well, I call you Dwayne Brown right here. You've been here. I've listened to some of your music. You know, you forever telling me, listen, I sing, you know, and when I hear the music, I'm like, yo, this man is talented. Wow, this don't even sound like it as, you know, there's a man there in the little corner here, you know, and I'm saying, wow, this man needs that break. So let's talk about this now. That was initiated by you, or?
Well, it was initiated by my bishop, and you know, once he said go, you know, it's a green light for me. We just started to run with it, because for me, I strongly believe that St. Lucia needs something like this. We don't want something that you just one time per year. Like we appreciate Kingdom Night. Kingdom Night is every once a year, but Glory 25 is going to be annual thing, and we're trying to reach the young people to come out. Listen, come out and celebrate God, because a lot of times, too many wrong things going on. And I think 2025 is for you to just stop, think back, look at yourself and say, hey, you know what? God has done so much for me. What better way to start my journey is by start off with Glory 25.
Absolutely. No, and I happen to know that when you hear gospel from you, don't even think that you're coming there and you stand. Really brought some energy, because this man is energy, and I have a feeling you too.
Energy,
I have a feeling you got some of that too.
The audience ought to come and see. They come and experience. Glory 25 is exactly that. I'm sorry. It's Glory 25. And we expect the glory to be in the room. Absolutely. At every level. The music's going to be great. The rehearsals are gone marvelously. The band is great. The psalmists are great. And it's going to be a memorable experience. St. Lucia is going to be blessed. And they're going to know that something serious is happening, especially in the gospel community here.
Absolutely. Now, what are we talking? We're talking Saturday. Where are we talking?
Saturday night at the National Cultural Center. If you come and get your tickets now, it's only $35. But if you come at the day of the event, it's $45 at the door. And let me tell you, I'm inviting everybody to come out. Do not wear any heels. I'm asking you to wear flat shoe, because the energy is going to be high in that building. Artists like George Senkwa, AJ, Tabitha, Cleopatra, Manessa. So it's going to be, and most of all, we have the legend, Stephen Reeves here. Let me tell you, Taraj, it's going to be a night of worship and explosion.
You know what? Don't stop there. Let's go. Give us something there.
Let me tell you, it's going to be good, because guess what? Won't you come and give him glory? And I'm holding back the rest until that night.
Well, if that's any indication of what we're about to see on Saturday night, I know you're going to be there. I'll see you guys at Glory 25. Absolutely. Where are we getting tickets, by the way?
You get tickets at Sweet Honest Restaurant and Grill in Corinth. You get tickets at the Cell, Vision Express, and Marisale, Seams Dress. That's where they have the car wash, where you can go and get your detail. You can get your tickets there also.
Wonderful.
The date is April the 12th, which is Saturday Night Live. And for those who want to know, if you want to know, you have to come to know. God bless you.
It's going to be amazing.
No, Reeve, don't feel like you're going out just like that, I need something, man.
Yeah? Oh, you want
something to work with. Give me a little something to work with.
I'm living proof of what the mercy of God can do.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Living proof it is.
Yeah.
Gentlemen, thank you so much.
Awesome.
It's going to be awesome. I can feel it. It's going to be awesome. Right. Absolutely, guys. Well, there you go. It's quite a balanced one today. You have quite a lot to chew on. I'm interested, though. What's your thought? If there's any way that you could send us a little message, shoot us a little message. Maybe you're a woman out there who wants to get into politics, and maybe you resonate with some of the things that Emily, that Mrs. Pear mentioned. So maybe now is a good time for us to start having that conversation here in St. Lucia as well. Are you interested, and are you one of those who faced with those things and are allowing it to hold you back from entering the space where you can serve meaningfully? Well, let's have the conversation. But going out today, though, and have an awesome, awesome Thursday. And if you're making kites, invite me, because we want to know how to make some kite Lucian style in the coming days, because we want to fly kite for Easter as well, right? Okay, guys, go on and have a good Thursday. I'll see you guys again tomorrow, right here for another DBS This Morning.